It's Tuesday, January 20th, Inauguration Day. I'm Rob.
I'm Will.
And this is Political Lunch. Welcome back to this special inaugural edition of Political Lunch, the national edition. It is, of course, inaugural in more ways than one.
That's right. It is our first official show here in the new studio, which, as you can see, looks, well, more or less like the old studio, except that it appears our magic blue paper machine is on the fritz, so we'll have to get that one ironed out. But yes, this is the first episode of Political Lunch in our new national format. We'll be back online 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, to bring you the biggest, the most intriguing, the most puzzling stories from politics from coast to coast.
But we are here today on a Tuesday, of course, because it is the day that Barack Obama will be sworn in as the nation's 44th president, and after 350 episodes of Political Lunch during the 07-08 campaign season, well, we certainly were not going to miss this one.
Hopefully by tomorrow, we'll have some footage from our friend Sarah Scully. She covered the campaign for IFC.com, and now she's in D.C. for the big event today, and more fun, the big parties this evening.
So tomorrow we may have more of an insider perspective, but today we're going to have a little bit of fun and unveil a new feature available at politicallunch.com. Thanks to our tech-savvy friends at Inauguration, you may notice something new about these mugs.
During the show, when these mugs glow and steam, just roll your mouse over them and click. You'll see extra features, links, quotes, pictures, all of which will helpfully enhance your viewing experience and give you the chance to follow along with some of the stories we're covering each day.
So, of course, if you get bored with our reports and tired of looking at these mugs, you can always just click on those mugs. And remember, this is only available at politicallunch.com.
So let's give it a try. We'll start with change.gov. That has been the online home of Barack Obama's transition team. And right now, if you roll your mouse over these mugs and click, well, you should be able to go directly to that website.
Next up, the Obama cabinet. There's already plenty of news about his nominees, and some of these nominees have already gone the way of the dodo.
Most notably, Bill Richardson. He was, of course, one of Obama's primary campaign opponents. And then he was offered the position of Commerce Secretary in the Obama administration, but he subsequently had to withdraw his name from consideration after it was revealed that he's under investigation in his home state of New Mexico for allegations of pay-to-play politics.
Now, Congressional Quarterly has this handy spreadsheet to track the progress of Obama's nominees, many of whom will have to pass muster during congressional confirmation hearings.
So far, it looks like Timothy Geithner, Obama's pick for the now critical post of Treasury Secretary. He may have similar problems, since it's been disclosed that Geithner failed to pay some of his Social Security taxes.
Now, Geithner has called this an honest mistake, and Obama stands behind him and still believes that he is the right person for the job. But my money says that the whole confirmation process could get much more interesting. And of course, we'll be here to help you follow along until it's all done.
Now, enough about that. Today is, of course, all about the speech. The inaugural address is one of extraordinary historical significance. It's the stuff of ask not what your country can do for you, and we have nothing to fear but fear itself.
Now, if you're not there in person, you can watch it live at CapitolHub.com. You can read the speech, of course, at change.gov afterward, and you can also write your own inaugural address, Mad Lib style.
Just go to atom.com and plug in a few nouns, verbs, adjectives, you know how it works, and then voila, Barack Obama is telling the crowd that...
My fellow Americans, today is a smelly day. You have shown the world that hope is not just another word for potato, and that change is not just something we can believe in, but something we can caress.
Yeah, it's quite a bit of fun, actually. Rob is particularly good at it. So go ahead, write your own Mad Lib-style inaugural speech. Finally today, before we go, since we haven't covered any serious subjects, well, let's talk a bit about the Detroit auto industry.
Seems like maybe a random subject for Inauguration Day, but not really, because apparently Cadillac has pulled off one of the great public relations and branding coups of the last century with the new Cadillac One.
That's right. We all know the president flies in Air Force One when he's in the friendly skies. When he needs a helicopter, he calls upon Marine One, and now the presidential car is officially Cadillac One.
So later today, President Barack Obama will be traveling the parade route in this beast, featuring 5-inch thick bulletproof glass, ultra-high-strength ceramic armor, cell phone jamming technology, and even LED spotlights to illuminate the little fender flags. One way or the other, this is a very sweet ride.
The only question that remains, can Cadillac stay in business long enough to keep the president riding in style.
Now that's all the news we have for you today. We'll be back here again tomorrow with some more serious news. We'll look at the challenges that Obama faces during his first 100 days in the Oval Office, and we'll also take a look at the ongoing process to fill those 3 vacant Senate seats which the new administration leaves behind.
And remember that too close to call Senate race in Minnesota between Al Franken and Norm Coleman? Well, more than 2 months later, that one is still not over. We'll bring you the latest on that fight tomorrow in our Wednesday edition of Political Lunch.
That's it for us today. It's great to be back, and now go to CapitolHub.com to watch the inauguration.